talk about, we talk a lot about tension and relaxation in Systema, and I want to look at the spectrum, if you like, of tension to relaxation. We're going to look at that in respect of space, how we use space, and to practice that we're going to work against a deep grab. So we're going to start at the tension end of the spectrum. If I ask Andy just to do like a sort of bear hug type grab or something like that. Okay? So this is the kind of grab we'll be working against, or maybe this kind of situation where. So the first thing we're going to look at is I'm going to use the tension to occupy the space, to fill the space. So if he tries the bear hug here, I fill the space. And he has some difficulty putting the lock on. Right? Now it might be that I fill the space simply by opening and applying some tension. It might be that I bring something into the space. So if he's going for the choke again, I block the space. Again, I'm kind of opening out. I'm allowing the body to expand and tense a little bit. So that's the first stage. We're using that tension to occupy the space. The second thing is, having occupied that space, can we do something with it? So now if we go for the grab again, so I occupy the space, now I'm going to move the space. So I use that tension in effect to connect into the other person. Now I've got this connection, all I have to do is move the tension and he is going to move with it. Okay? So from here, that's this. If he's going for the choke again and I manage to get this up, then again I'm keeping this tension here. This isn't relaxed and collapsing in. I'm keeping some tension, but I'm going to rotate that tension. So that's the second now. Tension, but it's tension that I can move. The third thing is to start using relaxation. If we come back to that choke again, for example, so this time the choke is coming on. I've not had time to occupy the space, but what I've got to find now is somewhere within this structure, and obviously I want to work on this before it's completely on. It's still possible, but of course it gets more difficult the deeper this comes on. If Andy applies it a little bit, so it's fairly tight. So I've got to find the space within that structure that I can kind of relax into. If I apply tension here, I'm actually helping him because I'm just drawing that in. If I apply tension here like I did first time, great, I can get some sort of space. But if we're working here, I've got to relax the body and find where is the gap that I can move into. Okay. As I said, the longer you wait for this to come on, the more difficult it becomes. Almost impossible at some point, I guess. But this is then down to your sensitivity and timing. As soon as that comes on, I can move out. At the other end of the spectrum, we have complete relaxation. It's what my friend Bruno Caverna calls liquid body. And this is the bane of internet keyboard warriors everywhere. So now the body is completely relaxed. So if we go, just go with the bear, completely slow. So as that comes in, I'm just going to completely relax against it. Now another variation of that, if you don't like the thought of being completely relaxed, is, again, if I get caught, to apply a little bit of tension, but then see what other part of the body can I move. Can I move somewhere else? Keep that connection with him through a little bit of tension, but I'm free to move the legs. Then from here I'm just using the structure and the opening movement just to break the grip. So that's a very quick look at the spectrum from tension to complete relaxation. It's very important we work all the way along that spectrum and back, and You work it at different stages. As I said, there's going to be some point where you find it virtually impossible to get out of something. That's the point you really need to work on. Okay? The other thing you also need to be aware of is when I say tension, I don't mean this. This is useless tension. It kind of builds my structure a little bit, but everything's locked in place. Now, if I'm super huge, like the mountain or something, great, I'll just go for a walk. For normal people, from here, you know, I'm just locked in place, I'm not rigid. So when I say tension in this, what I really mean is just think inhale, and that's how you work. Think more structure and posture, but maintain it. If you're going complete relaxation, then you think liquid body, the body just dissolves. On contact, the body is just gonna dissolve. Okay? So if you want to have a play around with that, if you've got any questions or any suggestions, please let me know.